across their four most popular music videos, in the process making LMFAO an
What
almost
actually did
unforgettable
happen
act.
to them?
The whole
Now that I
time,
see this
however,
video,
the two members of the
it
group
actually does
hated
make
each
me
other.
wonder,
Red
what
Foo
the
and
fuck
Sky Blue
did happen?
feuded publicly on Facebook, became involved in lawsuits, were berated and destroyed by the media, all while each of their careers died a silent slow death in the background, with failed project after failed project following their peak in 2011. The story of LMFAO is a brutal warning about the risks of going into business with a family member because, as you may or may not know, the group began as an uncle-nephew duo. Red Foo being the uncle and older of the two by approximately 11 years, had been born into the music world, with his father being the incredibly rich and famous Berry Gordy, who founded Motown Records, which signed artists such as Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, with Sky Blue being the 11-year younger nephew of Red Foo and therefore also being in the same family.
You're actually part of a very famous family.
Yes.
And that is?
The Gordys.
The Gordys.
It's safe to say that the two were in an
You know who else are related? You know? You don't? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you off. Of two people, right? Of two dudes. Let me just quickly.
Wake up with the active face, pop 2 pills with Gatorade, round my neck, yeah, gator face. Might pop your more on a later day, but I don't know. Young slow, kinda go with the flow, bring her home backstage, tell her tell me everything you know about life, then I bounce. Rising, hitting hard, feeling fucking sick, half an ounce just to balance it out. We be backing out, we be blacking out, falling fucking deeper, I think we be getting out. Glasses always greener when they grab it like a grouse. We be loving out. And all is cracking up, you can let the curtains down now. Yeah. I wallow with Taro, ain't no tomorrow, Mr. Golf, I'm sick, I woke up in the gown house.
I just bought 10 Roxy's, call a body dinner. Chronic place with something.
How crazy is this song though? This fucking song goes hard.
Rolling down your block, it ain't shit for the center. Told that bitch get out my ear, she need a chillin'. Xanax bars up in my drink before I pour 'em. We never fuck with you, fuck boy, don't act like you can. Take that motherfucking bed upside your skull. So full of them drugs, I might throw up, I knew I shouldn't have.
Yeah, good shit. I mean,
advantageous position from the very
Two
beginning.
geniuses.
However,
Cousins.
this certainly didn't guarantee
Maybe
success for
family is the
either
way.
of the two family members. In 1997, at the age of 22, Red Foo released his first studio album titled Balance Beam, which, according to the Discogs website, sold only 44 copies. In an interview from 2002, over 5 years after the release of his first album, it appeared as though Red Foo was still somewhat confused about the direction in which his
probably
life
really
was
bad.
going.
And I'm doing
That's
some
probably
stand-up
really
comedy.
stupid of putting that in
I'm
there.
doing some
'Cause
music,
now I
I'm doing
have to
some
fucking
rapping.
cut the video and
But
edit
for the
the
first
shit out
time in
of
my
it.
life, I'm trying to
I actually just fucked
just build myself.
Yet at around the same point in time, Red Foo and his nephew Sky Blue seem to have subscribed to the popular self-help movement known as The Secret, believing that if they simply envision themselves as big DJs, the path to such a position would reveal itself as time progressed.
And it started off really with The Secret.
The Secret, the motivational,
I think we got
motivational
video that
Yeah, we really saw that putting out there what we want is going to come back.
With the goal of becoming big DJs now established, they'd impulsively decide to form LMFAO whilst at a family Christmas party.
One day we were at this Christmas party at the family crib at my grandfather's house. He's like, yo, we should form a group together.
Also mentioning that they originally planned on
Who
calling
the fuck is
themselves
that?
Sexy Dudes, yet decided to go with LMFAO, fearing that Sexy Dudes might result in judgment from their grandmother. Subsequently, Red Foo and Sky Blue began to live what they described to be the party rock lifestyle, DJing 3 nights per week at random clubs across Los Angeles, whilst working on improving their music during the
Respect.
daytime.
We were just living this lifestyle, which was, you know, party rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, we went and did clubs 3 times a week.
Wait, is
and
that?
people didn't know who we were, didn't know our music, and we just get up there, yo, what up, we LMFAO. We were partying every night, we're performing, and every night, and if not, we're creating something, we're making something. To me, that whole time just felt like a one long party.
This is where LMFAO's family connections came into play. Redfoo and will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas had conveniently been friends since high school, and by 2009, Redfoo and his cousin had been creating
Wait, that's crazy. Wait.
established that impulse
Fuck. This guy is this dude. What the fuck? Where's the resemblance? Actually, I don't. Actually, can you guys tell which dude? Who of these was he? I feel like he was more this. Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't fucking know, man.
impulsively decided to form LMFAO whilst at a family Christmas party.
One day we were at this Christmas party at the family crib at my grandfather's house. He's like, yo, we should form a group together.
Also mentioning that they originally planned on calling themselves Sexy Dudes,
Oh,
yet
yeah,
decided
wait.
to go with LMFAO.
We were partying every night, we're performing, and every night, and if not, we're creating something, we're making something. To me, that whole time just felt like a one long party.
This is where LMFAO's family connections came into play. Redfoo and will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas had conveniently been friends since high school, and by 2009, Redfoo and his cousin had been creating music for over 10 years, giving LMFAO enough skill and experience to land a major record deal through will.i.am. Subsequently, he and Sky Blue would release bangers such as
I feel like that's such an American thing, though, where we're like, you know, you're like two big stars, right? Like will.i.am and LMFAO and Redfoo, right? And they're like, they went to fucking school together and they're friends. And I don't know. I feel like you only hear about these kind of stories from American high school shit or from American like whatever college or whatever, right? But it's only like America. I don't know one single story that's like, yeah, he went to school in Germany and then met this dude and then now they made a fucking big ass group, right? Like, sure, America's big, but like, I don't know, man, it's only
Yes,
America.
and I'm in Miami, at which point they'd fully embody the idea that success happens not at all, then
Isn't that kinda
all at
crazy?
once. Yes went certified gold in the United States, boasting over 500,000 sales, whilst I'm in Miami peaked top 50 in the charts throughout the United States, the UK, Canada, and Australia. The extreme popularity of these two songs caught the attention of David Guetta, who would feature them on his song Getting Over You alongside Fergie, which has over 250 million views to this day. Yet, the music seemed like only half of what made LMFAO so iconic. A large portion of their skill seemed to lie in their memorable style and branding. You could tell that the members of LMFAO were just these two Los Angeles bozos.
What's your favorite thing about Los Angeles? The women.
Who had a genuine passion for partying and making others dance. Everything about them was just so authentic. Their wacky style and carefree attitude felt effortless and unapologetic.
Oh, it was
Every
actually the
DJ
other
seemed
guy.
to be trying so hard to look cool or suave, yet LMFAO was so comfortable in making a fool of themselves for the entertainment of others, as if they were mixing comedy into their music. However, this approach certainly wasn't appreciated by everyone. In June 2011, LMFAO
Twitch?
released their most infamous album titled Sorry for Party Rocking, which would receive a 0 out of 10 review from NME, which included a statement reading,
No.
LMFAO understood the pain they were inflicting on the world and did it anyway. That's a horrifying thought. Even Lucifer had good intentions. The Guardian would give Sorry for Party Rocking a slightly better review at 1 out of 5 stars. However, if anything, these reviews were simply proof that taste is subjective, as the songs within this album
Wait, it
went
had
on to
such a
become
bad
some of the
view?
most popular
Really?
pop music
Review?
history. As mentioned in the beginning, the 4 most viewed songs on the album, Party Rock Anthem, Champagne Showers, Sorry for Party Rocking, and Sexy and I Know It, boast a combined total of 4 billion views
Dude,
here
those
on
are fucking
YouTube, while on the Billboard Greatest of All
classics.
Time on a combined total of 4
I don't know
billion
about
views
Champagne
here on
Showers.
YouTube, while on the
Maybe-
Billboard Greatest
maybe
of
I
All
don't
Time
remember it,
100
but I don't
songs,
know.
Party Rock Anthem still sits at rank number 7 over 10 years later. However, while on the surface it seemed as though everything was going incredibly well for LMFAO, nobody could tell that behind the scenes, the relationship between
I feel like
the two
after
members
those
was
three-
beginning to
after those,
deteriorate.
they
The beef
just
between
never
Redfoo
released
and
anything
Sky Blue
again.
began in early 2012 after Sky Blue would injure his back during a live Super Bowl performance alongside Madonna.
During the Super Bowl, my disc slipped when I was performing. And so it's
God. Speaking of Madonna, did you see what the fuck? What the fuck she looks like now? Bro, I mean, if that's what money does to you, brother, I'll stay poor as fuck. I'll stay broke.
As I went down that little elevator, I collapsed and I
I'll
couldn't even watch
stay
the rest of the show. or
broke.
anything.
This injury meant that Sky Blue couldn't continue on with the tour, or possibly even make music at all, meaning Redfoo had to perform the tour by himself while Sky Blue recovered from his injury.
Was food there for you during that time period, on your healing process?
No, he's doing his thing. You know what I mean? He was really focused on what he needed to do. The tour kept going, and then I just had to go home, and and everybody kept doing the party rock and kept doing.
Dude, sorry for stopping this much, but is this this guy? Oh, it fucking is.
Stewie is in Philly. What you want to say?
It fucking is. Oh shit! Only
Stewie is in Philly. What you want to say, Stewie?
This is garbage, Sway.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got this fake ass rapper on there, dude. You're crazy.
Come on, Stewie. Get out of here, man.
That was mean. Let me live.
Okay.
Let a young girl live.
John in Tennessee, go ahead. What you want to say?
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh, come on, man. Rob in Miami, what you want to say?
Come on,
Yeah, I just wanted to give little Deb props, man.
Thank you. There's the love. Everybody likes love.
Yeah, I like your Fendi Prada song.
No, that's not me. No, that's not me, baby.
That's not you?
No, that's not me, baby. That's Krayshawn.
LMFAO.
As a result, Sky Blue wasn't paid for the tour.
Did you still get paid though?
Hey, look, I don't.
What kind of story is that? Oh my gosh, yo.
I wish.
So you got kicked out the group because your back went out.
I mean, yeah.
Which must have soured their relationship pretty heavily, as after the tour concluded, Sky Blue and Redfoo wouldn't speak to each other for over a year.
After my back went out, I didn't speak to Foo for a year. Me and Foo didn't talk for a year.
Man, you didn't talk on the happy Merry Christmas,
Did he
motherfucker?
text you?
Nothing.
It became even worse when news outlets began to catch wind of the conflict. One article written by E! News in April 2012, approximately 2 months after the back injury, read, "The New York Post reported yesterday that the Grammy-nominated rappers are fighting, apparently over the cash they've made from their catchy tunes, including the #1 hits Party Rock Anthem and Sexy and I Know It, and are on
Party
the
Rockers in the
house." The two LMFAO members would shut these rumors down in an article written by Rolling Stone titled "LMFAO Breakup Rumors Completely False," which stated, "In a conference call with reporters on Wednesday, the duo dismissed the speculation as merely a byproduct of their rising fame. It's completely false. We're family at the end of the day. Blood is stronger than anything," said Sky Blue, alluding to the fact that he is Redfoo's nephew. "Sky might be doing a DJ set in South America and I might be in Vegas, and they'll say, oh, they're doing separate things. How can we make a story out of that?" said Redfoo. "We have to be smart enough to recognize it's all a game, keep executing our vision, and turn this world into a party planet." While this response from Redfoo and Sky Blue sounded quite authentic, only 5 months later the two would make a different statement confirming that LMFAO was officially coming to an end. Discussing the relationship of the duo, Redfoo would state, "I think we naturally just started hanging with two different sets of people, two different crowds."
Wait. She's pregnant. What? Damn. Well, congrats, girl. What the fuck? I didn't even know she had a fucking boyfriend. Hey, that's good on her, man. What the hell? Dude,
Always family.
wow,
He'll
okay,
always be my
okay.
nephew, I'll always be his uncle. I feel like we've been doing this for so long, 5 or 6 years, and we're kind of like saying, well, let's just do what's natural and just kind of explore that instead of like forcing it all the time. In video interviews, Redfood reinforced that he and Sky Blue had simply grown apart.
Two people just, you know, grow. You know, you
love
you
Alice in
grow
Wonderland.
and we kind
Yeah, I
of
love
grew
her
into our
fucking
own individuals. And, you know, we just wanted to do so many things.
Yet shortly thereafter, Sky Blue would write a Facebook status directed at Redfoo, implying that their split wasn't so.
Do you guys see this all? Vaseline.
After, Sky Blue would write a Facebook status directed at Redfoo, implying that their split wasn't so amicable. I've been wanting to
Isn't Vaseline? Well, what do you call it? What the fucking Americans call it? Vaseline? I'm pretty sure it's wrong. Isn't Vaseline like fucking petrol? Isn't that like literally the fucking petrol, I think, or like something
about this whole LMFAO situation.
something fuel
for a long
related.
time. Out of respect to my family, I kept it all to myself. The way
Petrol
you belittle
gel, I
people and
think.
your crazy power trips were some of the main reasons our relationship as family and partnership has greatly suffered. My back went out right before a big arena show. You went out and performed, but then just left on the tour bus without seeing me. In fact, you didn't speak to me after that for about a year, which is around the time you announced our hiatus. As someone who really cared, loved, and had your back, this really hurt. I mean, you're my uncle, my blood. You even kept touring as LMFAO and made a lot of money doing
kinda
it.
sad.
You never once called me to ask me how I was recovering. You just kept shuffling every day without me. I really love.
You know, this kind of makes me think of of actually myself. I work at a cafe, right? And my chef got in an accident like on December. He was skiing. He was skiing down a slope and well, apparently it was at the beginning or something, and it just fucking they wanted to start skiing, but then there was this fucking snow plower. I think that's what they call it, like these big ass machines that just fucking make the tracks, right? And he got caught by one. Like he literally went under one, right? He got fucking driven over by one. It's like boom. I went to work today, and he wrote me like a few days ago, like 2-3 days ago, if I wanted to work again. And I feel bad, but I don't know. I just couldn't ask him how he was doing. Obviously I wrote him if he's like, oh, what happened, and his wife wrote me that he was doing fine and that he's gonna recover. And after that, I was relieved, first of all. But I never really wrote him again. Am I a bad person for doing that? Am I an asshole? Because I don't know. He's like a mentor to me. I really like him. But I don't know. I just have to say I was kind of scared of an answer. I guess I was kind of, what if I wrote him and said, nah, he dead. Like, I don't know. I feel like the negative news outweighed the positive. The possibility of negative news outweighed the possibility of positive views, and so I never really wrote him. I was thinking of him a lot, but I never really wrote him how he's doing. So maybe this is like the same, but I don't know,
looked
man.
up to you, man. But the more successful we got, the more you wanted control. Possibly spotting a weakness in the duo, LMFAO would then be presented with a $7 million lawsuit by their former management, as well as another lawsuit by Rick Ross, who claimed that their line "Every Day I'm Shuffling" had been copied from his 2006 song titled "Every Day I'm Hustling." Interestingly, throughout the lawsuit, Rick Ross would get further insight into the reason behind LMFAO's split. Ross says Sky trashed his uncle in a deposition, where he said the real reason LMFAO broke up was Redfoo's refusal to
No, never mind.
loop. With LMFAO,
I mean, I don't know if he
breaking up
fell
and being
off, but he
sued,
was on
Redfoo
the
and Sky Blue's only logical path was to
in the
continue
88
as
Rising
solo
album, I
artists.
think,
Only this didn't
with
exactly
Rich
go
Brian
as
and
planned.
stuff for
success
Shang-Chi.
in LMFAO.
I think
and then,
I
went
do
to a club,
remember
and
him.
then there's like 20 people there because Sky Blue's coming, not
Yeah.
LMFAO.
As
So I
mentioned,
don't think
Sky
he fell
Blue
off.
went from selling out arenas as LMFAO to having 20 people show up to his shows as a solo artist. He released 2 singles in the year after LMFAO's breakup, each of which performing reasonably with around 2 million views each on YouTube. Yet this was based basically all of the success that Sky Blue was able to achieve as a solo artist. His career would fizzle out in the 3 years that followed, with his final piece of music being released in late 2016 before he disappeared from the music industry. And while this marked the cold, bitter end of Sky Blue's career, Redfoo, being the more famous of the two, had substantially more success as a solo artist, but only in the beginning. He'd initially land a position as a judge on X Factor Australia, in the process dropping songs such as New Thing and Let's Get Ridiculous, each of which going platinum in sales, whilst both cracking the 100 million view mark here on YouTube. However, alongside these two incredibly popular...
Oh damn. Sky Blue's last video was 6 years ago, and that video only got 50k. Yikes. What about Redfoo? Whoa, relax. Redfoo. His last video... Well, Sky Blue was a song. Redfoo's, my first arcade app thanks to developers, has 96k, so obviously it was doing better. And there's fucking 2 girls twerking. Oh, Jesus. Well, you guys wish you saw, huh? There's also naked girls. You guys wish you saw. And again, boobs. I mean, butts. The butts got 257k. The booba got 99k. Drinking game Party Rock Mansion got 85k. Redfoo's prank stripper likes black guys 22k. Jesus. Oh, this guy fucking fell off. Two weeks into my Euro to Spain residency, 200k. Wow.
Popular tracks, Redfoo would also feature on a song titled Literally I Can't, which would unravel much of the success that he had built as a solo artist. The song, which according to one article, follows a group of sorority girls who are pressured into drinking and dancing, was labelled as misogynistic by countless different news outlets, prompting a response from Redfoo, who would state, "Another example of critics victimizing an artist by purposely misinterpreting his/her work to support a pre-existing agenda, hashtag literally I can't," which will create a rift between him and his audience, with Twitter responses such as, "Dude, you've got a video of bros victimizing a group of women because they don't feel safe drinking with them. No, this isn't victimizing. You're a blatant example of extreme misogynistic behavior. Whatever made you think those lyrics were okay? He's sexist and he knows it." Others would go so far as to create a petition stating that Redfoo shouldn't be rehired on the next season of X Factor, which went on to receive over 23,000 signatures. Incredibly, the petition's request became a reality only a few months later, when Redfoo was ultimately fired from the show. He'd get another shot on television after being invited to compete on Dancing with the Stars, only to be eliminated in the very first round. Yet being booted from X Factor and being eliminated on Dancing with the Stars was nothing compared to the reality check that Redfoo would receive after he'd released a brand new album in 2016 titled Party Rock Mansion. The album was dubbed a commercial failure after it would sell a miserable 144 copies in Australia for a number 172 debut, which was especially terrible as Redfoo had counted Australia as one of his most successful territories. The lackluster performance of the album seemed to indicate to Redfoo that his music career was coming to an end, as he'd only create a handful of songs in the 2 years following the poor
yeah,
release of
judging
Party
from
Rock
his
Mansion,
YouTube, he
creating
does
his
seem
final
very
song in February
sexist.
2018,
I mean, not sexist,
before
but he
also
does
disappearing
seem
from
like
the
he's
music industry.
using
In countless interviews from before the pair disappeared, both Redfoo and Sky Blue
sexual
seemed pretty confident that
content
at some point they'd get back together for an LMFAO
to get views,
reunion.
which
Will
didn't work,
Sky
by the
Blue
way.
and Redfoo ever get together and make another LMFAO project? Is that even possible based on where you at now?
I believe so.
Yet, for obvious reasons as outlined, it doesn't seem like this will be happening anytime soon.
Wow. Well, thanks for letting me watch your video. Here you go. You have a like,